Right, so Mantic released this in order to showcase two of their newer or updated armies.
Yeah, the exciting Night Stalkers and Northern Lions.
Yep, Northern Alliance, they were introduced, into Vanguard first?
Yes, so they came out with Vanguard, so we got to show people a sneak peek, and obviously they really wanted a Kings of War version of it, so you have to deliver on that.
Yep, well, as you do. And they're a really cool army. They're kind of like a mixture of the northern tribes all banding together. So you've got Frost versions of the Naids or Naids.
Yeah, they're a good mix of everything.
Dwarves.
Yes, you got dwarves.
Snow trolls, minion swarms, all of that stuff. So they've been thrown in there. What about Night Stalkers? When did they?
Night Stalkers also were brought in with the Vanguard, and they're obviously more ghoulish of a dimension, like so. Not as lovely and dare I say cuddly as the Northern Lions.
Are they cuddly? I guess the snow trolls.
Fur and snow trolls. I'd rather have a snow troll than a butcher, let's say. And
I would rather curl up with a frost fang at my feet by a fire.
Yeah, and so yeah, they were brought out with Vanguard as well. So you got to see, and they play similar to their Vanguard counterparts. So it was good for people that wanted to branch on from that.
And this is the story. So this came with 3rd edition.
Yeah.
The story kind of is expanding on the Abyssal Dwarves are playing around with the Abyss, releasing everything nasty, and now the Night Stalkers are pushing into the north.
Yeah,
with them.
it's going along with that, and so yeah, it's, as a time as old as time itself, people messing with magic, and now they've come through to devour it, and so yeah, the box has them going against each other. And it's a real good way for people to, firstly, they get to try out both sides of it, but also a nice introduction to Kings of War as a whole.
Yeah, and this one's good. It comes with the 3rd edition rulebook as well, which is what we've got in front of ourselves.
Very lovely.
Yeah. So the Gamers Edition, which is sort of a more lightweight version of the rulebook, which is you can bend it. It's got less of it's got no lore in it. It's just the game.
Also, if you drop it on someone's foot, it won't break.
Yeah, it goes in your bag, and you can't do that with the heavy one.
Yeah.
So it's a great little portable one, and that comes in this box too. And we've chosen an army each.
Yes. So I'm the ghoulish Night Stalkers, not crawlers. Sorry, Ronnie. I'm surprised I haven't got it wrong yet, because I'm used to him saying it. And then you've gone with the Northern Lions, which I feel like you're representing very well.
Yeah, I've gone for the hairy Northern brethren.
Yeah,
with ponytails and swords and pigtails,
big lovely beards.
Yeah. What is interesting about grabbing the Kings of War starter set is that you do get 2 armies out of it.
Yeah.
And for someone new to Kings of War, it's a little bit overwhelming. You get a lot of units. You get 45 per, or 44?
45,
units?
We say on the back. We'll double check.
44 Night Stalker, 44 Northern Alliance miniatures. Yeah. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Because Kings of War is a large mass battle game.
Yeah.
Yep. It uses the movement trace. So these chaps, as you can see, they're mounted onto a base to hold. There's 8 of them on this. That represents a troop.
Yeah.
Of 10-ish men trooping along.
Yeah, it is a fancy rank and flank. So it is nice big groups of units which represent a regiment or a troop or a horde even.
Yeah. So I have 2 snow trolls, which could be 3. You get 3 snow trolls in the box, so I've chose to just use 2 to represent my horde. I've got 8. I've used 8s instead of 10s, 16s instead of 20s.
Yeah.
For my lot to show off there. So that's the first step is deciding what you want to build and how you're going to build it, because each troop has different abilities, as you'd expect in an army. So we'll take a look at why you've built what you've built and what comes in the box specifically. Yeah. So we've both got our armies out of the Shadows of the North box, because we're going to be playing against one another using just the stuff from this set.
Yeah, just to show you that you can have a really fun game together and you can build upon it, which is what this series will hopefully show.
Yeah, and I think we've kind of come to around the 500 to 600 point mark from this box, which has led to, as you can see, sort of like one larger group and a few smaller groups of units. So what we're going to, Matt, is you're going to take us through what you've built from the Night Stalker side.
Yep.
And why, maybe? So I know what I'm supposed to do when I fight you?
Yeah. Hopefully not. Like I have a plan. So what's interesting about the units that come in the Night Stalkers is you have your Scarecrows and your Spectres, and you can build them either way. So if you wanted a more range-focused army, you could build more Spectres. If you wanted more, just run in and start chopping people to pieces with your scarecrows, you can build your spectres into scarecrows.
Right.
So what I've done is I've got a regiment of scarecrows who are absolutely fantastic. Just charge them in and start hacking away.
The scarecrows are regular units.
Yeah, they're regular. So they'll be used to when the army gets bigger. They can unlock more units. They've technically unlocked my hero and the 2 troops.
So are the spectres an irregular, or are they regular as well? Sorry,
that's all right.
This is quite a big consideration in larger battles.
No, spectres are they're regular, so they can unlock as well. And this is me personally, what I like to do is keep my ranged units into more manoeuvrable units, so I have them as 2 separate troops.
Rather than a regiment of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Butcher regiment as well, which is just the 3, so kept that together. They're absolutely amazing. I can't wait to use them. And my hero, Horror, who I've then given him all the spells because I want to play with everything. I want to shoot lightning. I want to give you mind fog. And I just... Bane chant when it happens. It's the best thing ever.
So the Night Stalker army, you've got quite a large punchy centre group.
Yeah.
And then you're going to be moving from multiple sides, I'm guessing, with ranged. So tying me up more.
Yeah.
Your hero's more of a spellcaster?
He's a spellcaster, and the good thing about him is you can unlock an aura ability, which I'm sure we'll go into, which helps your melee units. So he's kind of going to be bunkering with the punchy units and leaving my spectres to just go and put some damage on every now and again and leave you to it and just sort of harass you.
And what makes these Beastie Boys so good?
The Beastie Boys are amazing because they have crushing strength.
Yep.
They've got a lot of nerve, and so they can kind of get in there, do a lot of damage, and stay there, which is super nice. And obviously, being a nice wide flank, which is useful for your melee units, they can get in there. They don't take up too much room on the board, so you can flank them easy. And if you have a butcher on your rear flank, it might as well be game over then. They can put on the pressure, which is quite nice, because if you're trying to deal with the range units, then I can actually just get my units into your face quite fast.
Cool.
And then support with the spellcaster.
I'm going to be interested to see how the playstyle in that plays, because Northern Alliance are quite different.
Yeah.
So from the Northern Alliance part of the box, you start off with 40 clansmen, which can be built as either the pack hunters, which I've got these guys here with the spears, or the regular clansmen, sword and shield. Can be you can give them two-handers as an option for them. I've just gone for sword and board. I want them to be able to stick around that bit longer, because the way I see my group is they're going to be tying you up as much as possible, because the hero from the box, the Master Hunter, Icekin Master Hunter, she's not a caster, she is a hunter, so she's got frost tip arrows, which should hopefully contribute to snaring you, slowing you down.
Yeah, that's a very special thing with Northern Alliance, isn't it?
Yeah, they have the frozen effect. So hopefully, and as you expand your army with other units, you can kind of play on that. So the Ice Elementals can freeze, the Ice Queen can freeze. But the rest of the army is quite fast-paced, because these guys have all got like the Wild Charge. Yeah. They've got the ability to sort of extend their charge range. They've got the Crushing Strength on these guys, which is pretty
amazing for like a troop and regiment.
Yeah. So the interesting thing is the pack hunters, they aren't a regular troop, so they don't contribute to the unlock.
Yeah.
So you have to have this core group. So I've gone for a regiment of these, 20 of these, to allow me to unlock the pack hunters, to allow me to unlock the Icekin Master Hunter, my 2 snow trolls, who are beasts. They have the regeneration 5. So the way regeneration works is, say they've taken 5 wounds or 5 points of damage, I get to roll 5 dice. And any of those dice that roll above a 5, I'll get those back.
So they can stick around.
They can stick around. Now it's D8s, isn't it, that we roll with those? Am I right?
I think it's a D6.
Is it a D6, is it? Okay, I thought this was D8. No, my bad.
That's fine, we use D8s in a lot of our stuff.
Everything. I've got so many Mantic D8s.
No, I get confused.
That's still a really good bit of staying power, because they're pretty tough. Now, there's a little bonus in the box, which a lot of people don't realise.
Yeah.
I have a little regiment of snow foxes at the front.
Very cute.
Just here. Very cute, very quick, fast moving, vicious, so they can re-roll natural ones when they're attacking. They're not going to get slowed down by any terrain, and they can weave as they move.
Yeah, they're good at getting round, getting on those flanks that you're leaving open, but you think terrain might help you with.
So they hopefully are going to be the ones that meet you before you get to me,
Yep.
so that I get to control the pace of the fight.
I feel like I should be writing this down.
This is his tactic.
Yeah.
Well, these guys, they're fast. They can move about. She can set up ahead of the group anyway because she has that sort of, is it the scout
Yeah.
ability. So the Northern Alliance, they allow you to deploy slightly further forward, hopefully snare you as you're moving in, and move in these quick-moving, smaller swarms.
Yeah, it seems like you'll be able to control the
you
map if stuff happens your way.
That's the what I hope. Now, because there's so many units in the box as well, and this was coming to like the 600 point mark, we stopped. Well, I won't be using the next troop of clansmen in our battle, because I'm using just this one regiment to unlock the extras, and you get a lot of points worth of Northern Alliance in this box. So I do have this as an option in future. I can pop these together to make this a horde.
Yeah, it means if you want to try out something different, if they worked out really well, then you can go, well, then I want more.
Or if I was playing a larger game in future, I can pop my movement trays together and I can make a horde of these chaps. Which unlocks, that's tough, and it unlocks a host of extra models as well. But similar to you want to keep yours a little bit split up, don't you?
Yeah, I think if you can control, especially when we have smaller unit counts, like being able to control a width of the board helps with your flank. Obviously, with a horde, you get so many dice, you get so much nerve, but it doesn't allow you to maneuver around for flanks, which can make or break a game.
So these guys will not get to see their first battle.
They're on the sidelines. They're cheering.
They're just giving it their all.
I'm not saying they're cowards, but they
haven't been scripted in. So now our armies look a little bit more similar size.
Yeah, I was getting nervous.
But you didn't have to worry about these chaps.
That's all good.
We haven't added any items to them, and we're coming out at like the 600 mark. So
once
you start adding items, you'd be looking at 750 points.
Yeah, because I think it's good to play with the army you have, and then what stuff you want to add, whether you want a bit more vicious, whether you want something to be inspiring on your end, so I can steal your inspiring. It's just the Night Stalker thing, and yeah, so we're sort of starting at the bottom, which is nice because then we can build up, add artifacts, unlock stuff, and it should be good fun.
Yeah, and I'm keen to see how this works. And as I was saying a second ago, the Snow Foxes, they come on the sprues of the clansmen, which isn't explicitly noted as them being extra units in the box, but you get enough to give you a little regiment of Snow Foxes.
Nice little happy bonus.
So without even realising, you've actually got another little group to play with.
Yeah.
So we've got punchy, fast, staying power, aggression. These guys are ranged. I've given them javelins.
Yeah.
So the javelins allow them to move and throw more accurately, but shorter range than if they were using bow and arrow.
And now I've got the good thing about the Spectres is they have Pathfinders, so they can move through the woods, get to more beneficial positions, and I think all my units have Stealthy, which is amazing against the ranged focused army. So it just allows me that extra chance to get into your face without taking too many wounds.
Yeah, so that's quite a counter to my snaring ability.
Yeah,
that your units have a stealth.
It's one of the real perks of the Night Stalkers, even on your bigger units that I'm sure you'll see in the future, even that has Stealthy. So imagine something massive coming towards you. I mean, you're probably just trembling as you're trying to throw your javelin, but
that's quite possible. It's like an ethereal creature from another realm.
I mean, when it's got that many tentacles, my hands are going to be shaking anyway.
Yeah. So it does mean that these guys are going to be a real damage sink for your ranged characters.
Oh yeah,
because these are stealthy. Mm-hmm. So
that's good then.
Sorry, punch our table.
I know. You're getting ready.
So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays on a smaller scale, and as we bring more models in for future games, and how they go up against one another in Vanguard.
Yeah.
Because the spare models that I have from using minimum model counts have gone to my Vanguard team. So I have a ready-to-go Vanguard team.
It's one of the real good things. It's what I found when I'm building the dwarfs, as you've seen on the Road to Kings of War. Because I'm doing a minimum model count, or I forget what it's called off the top of my head. Preferred model count, I think you're right. And what I do is I have a load of dwarfs that I haven't used, so they become a Vanguard warband that I get to use for another game, which is great.
You just literally keep these ones based without having to do any magnetising or anything.
Yeah, I don't have to start ripping them off bases, which would make me sad.
So in front of us, that's the content, the full content, minus one snow troll who I've not painted.
We won't judge you yet.
No,
Yeah.
There's a lot to paint. Yeah? I totally didn't get someone else to paint these.
I mean, technically I did. This is Elvis's lovely handiwork.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to use the angels. I don't want to break any.
Well, if anyone's interested in paint schemes for the Northern Alliance, I will share a little link to a really nice job done by one of our sponsored painters.
Yeah, we'll make sure we take lots of photos because they look absolutely amazing.
He's done a fantastic job. Painting coach Lloyd Davis. They look gorgeous. You can tell which ones he's painted and which ones aren't. But yeah, that's the entirety of the set. So 44 units per side, plus some bonus units for the Northern Alliance.
And the book.
Just the one, we just have one each. And the ability to play a game, which is what we are going to crack on with and do with these as soon as possible.
So yeah, with the series, we're starting from the bottom. Hopefully you can join in and build stuff as you're going along and see how we evolve the armies and build them up to something.
Yeah, because we're going to be adding a second box of the normal armies to these, just to expand the types of units and have a crescendo of a mass battle with the mega armies.
I want to be showing you the entire way how we're doing that, how the unlock system works, going over some of the rules that people might get a bit stuck on.
Yeah.
Because I get stuck on them, so it's help me to help you, and so hopefully you'll gain a lot out of that.
Yeah, cool. So enjoy and let us know what you built out of yours, or whether I've made a terrible choice with my army.
Don't tell me. I'll cry.
I'm just going to go brute force and ignorance.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Catch you next time.